Choose a job you love, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. Tonight's guest has seen many successes, but perhaps his greatest is the freedom to live his lifelong dream as a full-time musician. A multi-instrumentalist with an unwavering commitment to musical creativity, Edson Sean has made the sonic fusion of hip-hop and soul feel effortless. He's here today with his super band, The Experi3nce, to give us a taste of their authentic musicality. I'm your host, Kenyatta Beasley, and don't move because Edson Sean and The Experi3nce are about to give you their everything right here on B-Side.
She want a man, but she ain't looking for love. Want a companion, but ain't looking for trust. That's what I tell myself, cause I can't believe that she can possibly not be into me. She got a laundry list and I can't compare, not to the height, the weight, not even the hair. So I play my role and be that friend in a glass, hoping she'll break it when she's ready to hold. But she don't want no love from me. She told me that she don't want no love from me. She don't want nothing, no money, no presents, no nothing, no. She don't want no love from me. She be calling me up on a late night, talking about the next man ain't right, saying he ain't paid for the dinner, he a lame, not a winner, and he ain't even laid a pipe down. What you saying, girl, I'm here right now, and I can treat you much better than these other mother, whatever you letting in your cipher, sniper, cross his aim at your heart right now, 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 now. But she don't want no love from me. She need that she don't want no love from me. She don't want nothing, no money, no presents, no nothing. She don't want no love from me. She don't want no love from me. She told me that she don't want no love from me. She don't want nothing, no money, no presents, no nothing. She don't want no love from me.
She better have my money on. I'ma take my money right. She better have my money on.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. So, my name is Edson Sean, and I'm here with The Experi3nce, and as Kenyatta so eloquently said, this is what I consider a super band, because everybody is a band leader in their own right. We have the songstress, Miss Aaron Maya.
Yeah.
We have MC extraordinaire BD3.
Yeah.
And if you notice, the spelling of The Experi3nce is a 3 in it. We represent the 3 vocal headliners. We have my man Charles Harper on trombone.
Yeah.
And we have Hash on bass. And we have my man Justin Sweeney just on drums. And we make up The Experi3nce.
So our first question is, how did this wonderful conglomeration of musicians come to be?
So BD3 actually was doing a release for one of his projects, and we collaborated because he wanted a band for it, but he wanted to have something that would tie in all aspects of our creation. So he's an MC, and I'm the hybrid where MC and singer, and we wanted another soul singer to join us on the bill. So the two of us were going to be the openers, and we were going to close the BD3 set. Now, the gel was just so good, we were like, how can we make this happen again? we started, you know, rehearsing together. We did, I think, another gig at Come On Everybody.
Right.
And then
I remember the fun part was the name, the experience, and coming up with that, and we were like texting back and forth. There's like so many different variations of the name, and then we finally came up with the experience, and we put the 3 in there to represent the 3 headliners.
Cool. Let's set up the next song because I really wanted Gus.
Okay.
You know,
Word.
people want to hear more music than hear us talking in a sense. But I want to, you know, when you're done, I want to start talking about your upbringing in Brooklyn and more of your story.
Okay, cool.
So you can set up the next song for us.
So this next song actually is a very personal one because it deals with the relationship with me and my dad. It wasn't, you know, the best, but a lot of what we went through and experienced and things he taught me stay with me to this day. And so this song is called Soaring Eagle because the eagle was his favorite animal. So.
He never saw me as a successor, no. He never thought I'd see success or the good life. Living in the bright lights, studio late nights. Know that I break mics, Joe Jackson. Hard work's the only way that he showed passion. Granny told me he didn't want me to blow past him. Dreams deferred him are the reason he didn't cash it. Jealous how I take tracks and 100-yard dash him. But he didn't pursue what he loved so. Maybe he was wishing he was like me more. All I wanted was just some love though. Or even a hint that he even liked me. Unlikely to find me. Chest out, head up, I used them to define me. Wish I could rewind and hand the time and find me. I might be better off, but God's always timely and keep his wise eye on me. Now that you're no longer here with me, with a heavy heart I soar stronger, higher and free. The painful issues, I still love and miss you. Me, we, I still wish things were better. Before you passed to the afterlife, I was still hoping you'd see me have a wife. You went to the grave thinking I had that life, but it was crumbling and you didn't even have a clue. Cause me and you, we weren't the talking type. We never typed to talk, was kinda awkward like a first meeting when you really don't have much to say. I'm much in common, but we were so the same. To see you in embalming, fluid caused the pain. I never thought I'd fail, I thought I hated you. Afraid of you, I never saw how much I favored you. 256, 2 monster, I painted you. Or a shade of cold on occasion. Crack a joke or smile to prove you were human. The first to cast stones who knew what you were doing. The glass house that you built smashed to ruins. Now that you're no longer here with me, with a heavy heart I soar stronger, higher and free. The painful issues, I still love and miss you. Me, we, I still wish things were better. Now that you're no longer here with me, with a heavy heart I soar stronger, higher and free. The painful issues, I still love and miss you. Me, we, still wish Thank you.
You can go right into the
Go
next.
to the next one. Okay, cool. This one's called Shine Bright. And a lot of times people like to tell you what you should do, and you should do it, how you should do it. And sometimes that causes us to dim our own light. And so this song is meant to encourage you to do the opposite. Dipping in my box of chocolates, dealing with the hand that was dealt the only option. Forrest Gump into my next goal. Run boy, OJ, listening to OJs, sipping on Ciroc on the rocks with some OJ. I think I need some Coldplay, a hymn for the evening. I'll feel my limbs weaken. I definitely went too heavy on that double shot. That usually happens when I think about what others got. Comparative narratives never did me well. Might have lost the race if I looked to the right or left. Might have left comp in the dust if I kept my blinders on. But the thing to me, to always find a song to sing. Even when I'm down on my journey, I'm down and out, and my dreams are out for the count on the gurney. I learn it's the ups and downs that'll make you a diamond. Oh damn it, get your shades from shining. And shine bright, don't turn it off, or even let it dim for a minute. Shine bright, don't turn it off, or even let it dim for a minute. Shine bright, limelight is yours. Whatever you want, you can get it. Shine bright, don't turn it off, or even let it dim for a minute. Not for a minute, a nanosecond.
Microaggression, I'm pensive. The agenda that you pushing cannot accept it. It ain't the truth. What is your ceiling when you can't stand till my root sounds crack through the pavement? Boy from the Flatbush basement with the chip tooth laced it. You cursed it but rehearsed it. Cut unexpectedly like mastectomies. Give you a breast of this recipe. It's like a little bit of this, a little that. A little chance in harmonies and major raps. That's Afro-futuristic. Ready, I'm healing like Sebi with the linguistics, stylistics, and radiant though. The brilliance of the flow comes full circle. Take a ride and look how merry we go. Go on and on and on and on and on. Live when we sing this song, here we go.
Shine bright, limelight is yours.
Right, yeah.
Whatever you want, you can get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Shine bright, don't turn it off, or even let it dim for a minute. Shine bright, limelight is yours. Whatever you want, you can get it. Shine bright, don't turn it off, or even let it dim for a minute. In the place to be, if you're here to keep rocking with me, everybody say alright, alright, say alright, alright, yeah. If I'm in a place to be, if you came to come party with me, let me say alright, alright, say alright, yeah. So whenever anyone tells you to dim your light, you just tell them I'ma shine bright. So repertoire, what I want you to do. This is what we like to do when we perform. We like crowd participation. So when I say shine bright, you say shine bright. So I'ma shine bright. Shine bright. I'ma shine bright. I'ma shine bright. I'ma shine bright. Yeah. Shine bright, limelight is yours. Whatever you want, you can get it. Shine bright, don't turn it off, or even let it dim for a minute. Shine bright, limelight is yours. Whatever you want, you can get it. Shine bright, don't turn it off, or even let it dim for a minute.
Booga, booga, booga. Booga, booga, booga.
So Edson, man, you're from Brooklyn.
Yes, I am.
What part?
All over. I was
What
born
parts?
in Crown Heights, lived in Park Slope. I taught in Brownsville, lived in East New York for a little bit. Right now I'm currently in Flatbush, so literally all over.
So I mean, life in Brooklyn, because I'm listening to your music, and it seems as if you have a lot of R&B influence,
Yes,
soul
absolutely.
influence, and hip hop influence, and it sounds like the music of you know, what New York, you know, was,
Yes.
you know, as we were all coming up. So, I mean, how was life for you, you know, musically growing up in Brooklyn?
Oh man, I had so many musical influences. My family came from a musical background. My granddad, he was a choir director. He forced all of his children to sing. My mom, her uncle, you know, her brother.
Was that passed down? Was that passed down to you?
I mean, pretty much, because I remember on Saturdays we would be at my uncle's house, and he would be playing everything from ska to Harry Belafonte to all the classic R&B records, and we would be sitting on the stairs watching all the old folks dancing. You know, and it's just so funny because it resonates with me now as I'm like, you know, those are the things that have influenced me musically because I listen to so much music and I try to incorporate all of that into my creation because I just love the sounds of all of those.
So you're from a musical family and you play how many instruments?
Right now, I say right now because I plan to learn more. Well, right now it's the keys, mainly bass and guitar. I let Justin deal with the drums.
So I mean, the vocal ability and the rapping ability. I mean, it's this hybrid kind of thing that you're presenting that represents what, soul and hip hop. And
Exactly.
if I'm not mistaken, you call the music that you represent
hip hop soul.
hip hop soul. So you know, growing up, and so who were some of your musical influences?
First and foremost, Stevie Wonder. For me, that's the vocal Bible. Stevie Wonder. I remember Big Daddy Kane, 1988.
Yeah.
I know I'm dating myself, but that was my first tape. That was my first tape, and my mom didn't even know. I don't even know if she's watching right now, but she didn't know that I somehow was able to buy this tape. And that was like my first, because I mean, I listened to hip hop, you know, on the radio and in passing, but when I heard that album, Long Live the Cane, that was the first album I heard was like, okay, I think I want to do this. You know, and so Stevie Wonder, Big Daddy Kane, Marvin Gaye, Sam Cooke. I mean, there's just so many, you know, and then as I got older, you know, the Roots is a big influence because I felt like they were doing what I heard music as, like where it wasn't just samples and rapping, like it was a musicality.
Live band elements. So did you play any instruments? I mean, did you further your studies as musical studies in high school?
Well, yes, I did in high school. I started playing piano maybe at like 7. Didn't like it, didn't like practicing. I wanted to be able to hear something and just play it.
Right.
You know, but my mom put me in. But I thank her so much for it because as I got older, I appreciated that.
So did your mom introduce you to the discipline that it would actually take to actually be a solid performer?
Yes, she attempted that. And I guess that's, you know, I can say attempted because back then I really wasn't hearing it. But now like I understood it. And so those same things that she was telling me, like, practice, play it slow first, and then you can speed it up. Like those are things that I use now, you know? But yeah, I played the upright bass in high school in orchestra. Okay. I played that. And the funny thing about that is I never liked using the bow.
What high school?
I went to Midwood.
Okay.
Midwood High School. I never liked using the bow. I wanted pizzicato was it, you know, but.
Is that like a wanting to be like a jazz upright bass player?
Yeah. You know, but again, these are things that as I got older and I became, you know, a musician because I wanted, you know, really wanted to. I appreciate those things and studying classical and understanding, you know, just the construct of music and how it works together. Like those are things I always appreciate. I still prefer pizzicato though.
I'm trying to figure out why you would leave the bass, man. I mean,
you know what? I didn't leave the bass because I had a band that I was playing with called Two Shades Darker, and this was maybe when I was teaching still. So, and I was playing bass in that because we had a guitarist, a drummer, and you know sometimes we didn't have a bass player at the time, and so I would play bass until we finally got one. But the bass is still my favorite instrument. Okay, still my favorite instrument.
So I want to get back to more of your, you know, your coming to prominence.
Okay.
But could you set us up with the your next song?
Absolutely. So the next song, I like to do songs about things that people can relate to, inner conflicts, love. Everything that I create is the foundation of it is love. Either self-love, love of someone else, lost love, love gone wrong, love of where you're from. Right. And so this song is kind of like a self-love song, but it's about the conflict that we have inside called the war. Let's start that.
Yeah, there's a war going on inside you can't escape from. Emotional bullets, self-inflicted, you ate some. In love with the pain, you embrace it when the hate come. No matter the shape or the form, you even date them. You sadomasochist after the kiss, the Judas acts, you get stabbed in the back, but here's the asterisk. The one that's holding the shanks, more like an evil twin. So even when you try to seek revenge, you feel it deep within. Nobody knows the trouble I feel. The struggle is real, I'm hugging my steel. Russian roulette with the man in the mirror, the gun jams. Rusted from these liquid prayers, crystalline tears, I turn them into crystal stairs. Kristen, the new me, who's he, breathing new air. A fresh pair of Force Ones, a brand new year. Yeah, it's my time, yo, no more fear. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Talking to myself and I get no answers. I'm schizo. Cancer was Klitschko, but couldn't keep my mom down. Calm down, got a reason to spit mo and keep banging it on them like I was 6'4". Damn, this wasn't even supposed to be about me. Damn, I was supposed to inspire and I let my doubt free. I retired and thinking with 2 pairs of fresh Michelins and let it ride. I flick a foul with the side out. The ball's in possession, the clock's ticking, and the pressure is pressing like Scott Pippen. But with all of these lessons, I'm not tripping, cause one way or the other, I'm balling that swish mission. The only one that's standing in my way's me. I wave off the screen, cause they got me on the ISO. Crossover ice cold, step back, jumping with my eyes closed. I think I'm hearing Aretha singing, yo, maestro. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. There comes a time in every man's life when he's got to handle more than he thought he could handle. No Olivia Pope to manage the scandals of giving you hope or giving you rope to hang you. Lions then Daniel coming out the flame with a lit candle. Troubles out of the park, I make manual and switch channels from CNN to see the top news story right out of my front window. Shoot a brother, kill a brother, hand on a mantle. Firearm ready, do or die, I'm a man too. Quiet storm, machete and palm, set the handle. Any crabgrass in the garden getting canceled. A threat to one is a threat to all, and I ain't waiting by the toilet for shit to fall. Mouth open, we just about broken, but I doubt hoping we'll get it done. I need my sons to be outspoken. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know. Click, click, bang, I'm all. Shot myself in the soul, cause me, I don't even know.
So after you leave Midwood, you went on to college.
Yes, sir.
Logical progression.
Logical progression.
In college, did you study music?
I didn't. I studied biology.
Oh, well, so did you always have a love for biology?
I did. You know, I always, so my three's science, music, math.
Okay.
So I always liked science, but, you know, coming from a West Indian family background.
Guyanese, right?
Guyanese, yes. You have to have something that you can fall back on.
Right.
Right, you need a solid foundation, right?
Of course.
So that was my solid foundation. If, you know, again, if I had to do it again, I probably would take some music courses, but I don't know if majoring in it, because I've had such a great musical experience learning on the job,
Right.
other dope musicians, and
Right.
picking up things like that. Like, you know, that for me was part of my journey.
So you never took any music classes in college. So it was
No, a lot of it was just picking it up. You know, after I left school, I was working with a producer, and you know, and I think this is the story of some musicians. You get with a producer, and they give you a track. They've given it to 10 other people, and when it's time to get in their studio, somebody's in your studio time. Just little things like that. So I was like, you know what? I need to start producing my own stuff. You know, and I started a little sampling. But then I met up with this guy, Chris Lowry, he's this trumpet player, amazing.
Yeah, the Lowry brothers.
Yes, yes. They used to be in Brooklyn for a little bit now, So Chris, he showed me so much because he's studying the Donald Byrd. And so he's just the little, you know, the theory that he showed me was like, okay, based off of that, I can now create what I hear in my head. You know, because trying to recreate it, and you can get close, but the theory helps you get there faster.
Right.
You know, and so.
So you went on from college, you were studying biology, and you become a teacher.
A teacher, yes.
For how long?
I was teaching for about 7 years, about 7 or 8 years.
And that was part of your fallback, you know, your fallback.
That was part of the fallback. That was, you know, the safety net, you know, because I was always doing music, but it was always like, you know, you can't live off of that.
Right. And so I mean, coming from like a family of like West Indian background, that's probably the message that you're hearing quite
My dad
a bit.
was like, you can teach music. But, you know, for me, that's like, it's so sterile, you know?
Right.
And you meaning in the construct of a school teaching. If you're teaching the people that are like master classes and studying, you know, like
people who want to be there
yes.
as far as, right.
When I was, you know, I went overseas for a bit in 2009 with Jazz and Lincoln Center's Rhythm Road. And for me, that was another eye-opening experience because I had that. You know, we were teaching each other, learning from each other, and, you know, sharing our different musical experiences, influences, you know, and that type of setting, I love that.
Yeah, but you know what, the day-to-day demands of teaching and having to, you know, do X amount of classes every day, how did you feel not really having enough time and energy to actually do your creative pursuits?
It was tough. It was tough. I think, you know how the universe removes things from you when you don't willingly do it? And sometimes it's not always neat and tidy, right? So, you know, I realized that teaching was eating up my creative time. I would come home and I would do a little bit, but I wasn't able to really get into it the way I wanted to.
You're mentally drained. By the time
it's a lot. And then you got to come home, grade papers and lesson planning. And again, these are some of the things that I was not good at as a teacher because I'm like, I want to focus on this. I want to go write some music. I got to write this lesson plan. You know, but again, the universe removes things from you when you don't follow your heart and your passion. And so there was a principal that was there, and she got me out of the school. You know,
so was this the turning point?
This was the turning point. Right. This was the turning point for me. She got me out of the school. I grieved it and lost the grievance because of the terms that she got me out of there. But in that moment, I was able to now take advantage of the Jazz at Lincoln situation. So that was, let's say, that was 2008. I got Excess, I think, in May. And then by like February of the following year, at the top of 2019, I was able to do the Rhythm Road Tour.
2009 or?
Yeah, 2009, 19, we're not even there yet. 2009.
So, man, you are in the future.
That's it, I'm ahead of my time, baby, you know.
This cat is a visionary, a true visionary. So, I mean, wait, so that was the initial trigger that actually said, you know what? So was there a particular event after you left teaching that said, you know what, I can do this?
Yeah, after I left teaching, you know, I got on unemployment, I was like, okay, this gives me a little window and cushion to try to see what this feels like. And so it was myself and actually 3 other friends of mine, Denny Jackson, Chris Green, who's actually the videographer for a lot of my videos, and djembe. And we all went and auditioned for the Rhythm Road. And so it was that turning point. I'm like, okay, this is where I need to go.
So the doing Rhythm Road with Jazz and Lincoln Center, how did you apply for that?
We literally filled out the application, and we needed to have an education piece. And our education piece was finding your voice through music. And how, you know, people when they first start doing music, you know, you emulate who you like. Right? But then there becomes a time when you have to decide, okay, what does my voice sound like? And so that was our workshop, was teaching up-and-coming artists, rappers, MCs, singers, how to find their voice through music, whether it's their writing or their style of music.
That's odd because, you know, normally when I think about jazz in Lincoln Center, I think about like a real jazz purist background. So you must have presented something that was
so basically
so
it was me on guitar and we had the DJ, so he had like some break beats, I would play over that.
Right.
And we had a vocalist, she would sing, and Chris would MC, and he and I would MC while I'm playing, and so it was a cool, you know, dynamic. And then we would break down where the samples came from. You know, we broke down the history of hip hop, how it began when they took music out of the schools, and we still, because of our creative nature, found a way to make instruments out of turntables. Mm-hmm. And so.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you've also done like a lot of other things like the State Department as well, right?
That was through Jazz Lincoln Center, a lot of that. Okay. So a lot of the embassy work that we did was through the Jazz at Lincoln Center situation.
Right, so what were your learning experiences as far as, because I'm assuming you're in other countries?
Yeah, we were in West Africa. We were in Mali, Togo, Ivory Coast, Mauritania. The thing that we learned most is the view that the outside world has of us. They have an MTV view in regards to music, in regards to urban music.
Right.
And so we were trying to change some of that dynamic.
What do you mean by MTV?
So basically, okay, I'm gonna give you a specific instance. So there was this one rapper from, I think it was Ivory Coast, and he had on these white shades, and on his shades it said Soulja Boy. He was Soulja Boy. I was like, hey, what's up, man? Oh, nice shades. Yo, what up, my end? Yo, I'm a good rapper. I study MTV. And that was just one instance of that.
Right.
So I tell him, like, yo, that's cool. Everybody doesn't greet each other like that.
Right.
That's just one small dynamic. No, listen, no, you know, because the thing is, they feel like, because that's their window into our world.
No, yeah,
and so, you know what I'm saying, they feel like that's how we all rap and greet each other and perform. It's like, yo, there's so many different aspects to music. And then we would show them that. And then we would play them our stuff. And then, like, this one song we had a Stevie sample in it. And, you know, they loved it, but I think they loved hearing and seeing firsthand, oh, this is what an American artist is like. Cause they were like, yo, can you put me on? I'm trying to get on myself, brother. You know, but it was fun. It was fun.
So as you're working in Africa and other countries, did you take any of those other influences from what you're hearing? Because you're in the motherland. Are you?
Yeah, definitely.
Any kind of rhythmical influences that influence you?
Absolutely. Even vocally, harmonically, what they do with their voices. I love how they have this vocal synergy. I don't know what else to call it, but like when they sing together, you know, the way that they use their voices as another instrument. I came back here and I don't even remember how many beats I made. And I'm like, okay, I'm using all of these instruments. I had a xylophone that I bought from there, and I started using that in some of my production. So even sounds, I was exploring more with different types of sounds. Sounds of the djembe even more. The kalimba, brought back a kalimba, I was using that more. So it was definitely, for me, that was another pivotal moment musically for me. You know, to be in another country and experience how they create music, how they take our version of music and make it theirs.
Right. Can you set up the next song?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I told you I like writing songs about love and all that.
All that.
So this song is called Right Here. It's about a couple in a relationship, and you know, sometimes people, when they're in their own heads, they don't trust each other as much as they should. And this is the guy saying that he's always gonna be right here to hold her down.
Dry your eyes and wipe your tears, to shoulder the boulder from your fears, to keep you from harm, lighten your load. And when you can't face the fire, put callous to cold, the toe for your rain, the coke for your pain, the crutch you can lean on when you're broken, can't stand, the Dutch you can steam when you don't wanna land. When you touch down, baby, just know I'm right here. When it can't be won, I'm your champion. Just reach for me. Numero uno, who know you better than me? when you knew I got your back, so when you hate them, I'm hating them too. See, no one can say nothing to my baby. Sideways is shady, you gon' be my crazy. I am just a groupie, Ozzy to her Ruby D. To the coldest weather we grow together, old as ever. Know that even when you're youth, it was right here. When it can't be won, I'm your champion. Just reach for me. Numero uno, who know you better than me? You need just call. My heart, my ear. You need me, just call. Yeah. Yeah. Charge it to your battery, you have to be. Assault and battery is not included. A cause casualty if you take 2 steps into the crib. Say you got a problem with who's this? And I don't even care if you're 10 feet. 300 pounds with the speed of an athlete. Hunt like hound, your enemy fresh meat. Pump 4 rounds with the shotgun ski. And I don't usually get down like that, but if you need it, I'ma do it. In the crosshairs, I'ma squeeze and pull it. Never hesitate, I'm alive for you, die for you. Believe the truth is safe with me. If it incriminates you and loosen friends, I eliminate you. I illuminate you. You reflect my shine and create a new you. So I'm staying with you, I'm right. When it can't be won, I'm a champion. Just reach for me. Numero uno, who know you better than me? You need just call. My heart, my ear. You need me, just call.
Thank you.
If so, you know what? So you're back from Africa. I'm running down the timeline now.
Right.
And you're doing your thing, but you suddenly decide to take up another day job.
Yeah, so I was freelancing. I was doing some, production and some engineering, and I realized that this pursuit takes money,
Right.
And so a lot of the artists that I was servicing, and I wanted to continue to do that, were on my level where they had limited budgets, but they wanted a good sound.
Right.
I was still trying to provide that for them.
Right.
But I realized, I'm like, okay, I need to have a timeline as to what I want to do, because I knew I didn't want to work for somebody else long term. So I gave myself a 5-year plan. I was like, okay, I need to get this 9-to-5 job, 5-year plan, save money, and then be able to give 110% into my craft. So I had taken the test maybe in 2008. 2008 was a lot of stuff going on in 2008. So 2008, I took the test for the MTA, and I forgot I took it until I got this notice in the mail, like, hey, there's an opening. And it came right in the time. I was like, man, what am I going to do? I was like, oh, okay. So it was initially supposed to be for the person in the booth. But they didn't have anything open then, so they're like, well, we have this station cleaner job that's available. You can take it. I was like, okay. This might be my 5-year plan. Let me see what's up. The pay was pretty good. And so during that time, my goal was to really fine-tune and define my sound, because I had an idea what I wanted to be, but I knew specifically how I'm going to create it every time I was going to work. There's a process. I created that process then, and I was saving money. I built a little modest studio. So I'm like, okay, now at the end of the 5 years, and I was 1 month shy of the 5 years when I walked away from it. And I didn't even, I got to a point where I was like, man, I can't do this anymore, because there was so many things that I wanted to take advantage of. I can only do 1 foot in, 1 foot out because I had this job, I got to request time, and sometimes they deny it. And I mean, you know, when my coworkers is here, sometimes they're like, "Where's G at?" You know, because,
you know, a lot of people, you know, and hearing your story, what's so remarkable is that the perseverance to be able to be a full-time musician.
Yeah.
Because I actually read that in the open. And there comes a lot of risk with that.
Absolutely.
But I think the biggest risk is actually believing in yourself and
Yes.
knowing that you can actually pull this off.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people see musicians on the outside of, you know, hey, you know, he's doing this or she's doing
Right.
that or playing with this, but they don't see the downtime that's
Absolutely.
between big gig here, big gig here, all this kind of opportunity.
Yeah.
So for you to actually make that commitment, what, like you said, right before that 5-year mark hit, something happened.
Yeah, it was a matter of like, you know, you have moments of doubt. You're like, you
And
know
plus
what?
your family, you know,
Yeah.
your family leans on you in a sense.
Right, and that's the thing too. You know, but I definitely am blessed in that. So one of the things that did happen that really pushed me through, you know, to get out. Right. My mom, she sometimes would bring it up. My uncle. His name was, we called him Uncle Harry, but his name was Herbert Arrington Bob Semple. Very West Indian. But he was an amazing keyboard player, and he had an album that he was working on, and he passed away before he could actually release it. You know, and so she's like, go ahead and do it. Her brother, go ahead and do it. He told me, you never have enough money. It'll never be a good time to do it. Just go ahead and do it, and you figure it out along the way. You know, Steve Harvey, I like, you know, listen to some of the things he says. He's like, anybody who's made it, had to jump at some point. And there's gonna be bumps and bruises on the way down, but you figure it out. You build a parachute on the way down. You know, and that's really that's how I'm living my life right now. You know, and there's been those bumps and bruises, you know, but I believe enough in myself. I believe enough in the music I'm creating. I believe enough in the people that's creating music with me.
Yeah.
So I'm not by myself, you know, and especially with this group out here, man, like, it's really more like family to me. We get together, we joke around. These two probably have the best interactions you'll ever see.
So I'm gonna follow the advice of your uncle and say, go ahead and do it.
All right.
And jump into the next song.
Yes. That's all right. So I was fortunate in about 2013 or 14, I had a song that was playing on VH1 Soul for a little while called Stupid Me. And this is the follow-up version to it. This is the version we like playing. So this is the remix to it. But it's fun. So.
Should've known that I was in a load of trouble when I got locked on a bubble. Ophthalmologist had my eyes fixed on her thighs, thick she was 5'6". And the fact that I was brainless for about a week or so made me even weaker though. When she was speaking hobonics, mind so sonic, spinning at light speed, gin no tonic. My head's going in a circle, cock ring. I need help to get out of this cock ring. I copped him and let off. Shoulda never did it. But you know that it's hard to say no when you win it, boy. You win some, you lose some. And when you got a good thing and you lose some, you dumb. Got two, better choose one before you end up all alone and you go stupid. What was I thinking about? Must have been drinking, no doubt. Tested the waters, now I'm singing. Yeah. I do it on the way over one night. I brought my angels out, now she to fly. Relationship was on the rocks. Double shot of Henny, she a pretty penny. Spent a pretty penny to disguise all the lies. I was sleeping with her friend of me. She hit me with the striptease demi. And then she started shining up the semi. So it's only automatic that I shift in the gear and I ride out Hemi. I nothing that gave her a reason. I'm giving her a reason for leaving. I know I was the one that she believed in, but here I had her best friend low teething. But you win some, you lose some, and when you got a good thing and you lose some, you dumb. Got two, better choose one before you end up all alone and you. I'm stupid me. What was I thinking about? Must have been drinking, no doubt. Tested the waters, now I'm sinking. Yeah, yeah. I do it on the way over one night. What? I brought my angels on that shit to fly. Yeah.
So man, look, you produce all your own stuff.
For the most part, the original of that, a friend of mine, Fran Am, produced that. He's also in Brooklyn. But yeah, a lot of my stuff I produced that.
So before this, you were known as Omni Blaze.
Yeah.
Omni Blase.
No, you said it right the first time. You said it right the first time. Omni Blaze. No. So is it? You know,
were joking about that.
I know, of course. Listen, I definitely have people seriously say that. So you know. So basically, I threw the I in there because you know there's a time in hip hop when you had a name. I can't spell stuff correctly. I gotta throw something in there like a Z for an S. Let me throw an extra I in there. But the concept was, you know, Omni being the prefix for all, omnipresent, omniscient, all, and Blaze being hot. I feel like everything I did and touched was hot.
Everything you do is
hot. Omni Blaze, that's really where that came from. You know, so, you know, but what?
Hot like fire.
That's it, exactly.
So wait. So what point did you say, you know what? Let me go to
yeah, you know, because it was a point where I didn't want an on-stage persona and an off-stage persona. You know, I wanted to be the same on stage and off stage, same person you're speaking to, you know. So Edson Sean are my two middle names because my parents were generous enough to give me 4. And so I used the two middle ones for my stage name. You know.
So most of the stuff that we're hearing tonight, is this from your latest record or is this a conglomerate?
So this is a conglomerate. So the first joint you heard, matter of fact, yes, the first joint you heard, that's something that's new, that's unreleased. I wanted to play specifically tonight, especially because I knew certain people were gonna be here that really liked that song. Right. And you know, because I'm working on some newer material. The other project I released was in 2015. So some of those songs you're hearing are from there. There's another unreleased song, the Shine Bright record with myself and BD3. That one's unreleased as well. So this is the new project that I'm working towards now.
Yeah. So what's the ETA for these recordings?
You know, right now, I'm not sure. I'm really looking towards end of the year-ish, but you know, I don't like to rush it because what initially was happening was I was gonna re-release the 2015 project because I felt there were songs on there that didn't get the legs that I would have liked, but I felt like they were really good songs and they had different places I felt like they could resonate and be placed. You know, if you check out the project, there's a song called Wake Up about a lot of the police brutalities going on. There's a song called Flawless, just about, you know, women not always feeling their best, but their guy tell them like, yo, you're flawless. I don't know what's wrong with these other guys that are telling you otherwise. So there was this, and then there's this flagship song I'm gonna play at the end, which is my Ode to Brooklyn. And so these are individual songs that I'm gonna work as individual projects now, because initially I was gonna re-release that, but then now I just been feeling really creative the last couple of weeks, and I've been coming up with a lot of cool stuff. That No Love record was one of them.
Do you feel as if it's more beneficial to maybe release things in like a singles?
Yeah.
Or are we getting away from releasing like full records?
You know what it is, like now, I feel like singles are good, singles here and there, and you can put together compilations of those singles and make EPs. So I'm still trying to figure that piece out, because music consumption has changed so much with your Spotify's and streaming. People are more likely to take a single and put it on a playlist as opposed to listen to an entire album. So, you know, even The War, that doesn't have a project either, but I'm working on creating a project around that, because a lot of people can relate to the idea of the inner conflict between yourself, you know, with yourself. That's usually the hardest battle to win. You know, so I have all these individual songs that I feel like can create movements behind them. And so that's really what I'm moving towards right now.
Cool. So as we start to run short on time,
yes,
can you set up the last two songs?
Sure. You know, I'm gonna let Aaron set up this this next one.
This next song is your new favorite song.
So I let her do that because I always
mess it up. It's your new favorite song. Just trust me. Right?
I always mess it up.
How many ways do I tell you? The apple of my eye you are. There's no bridge I'm trying to sell you. I just want to patch you up and heal your scars. I don't need my Band-Aid. See, all I want is solo time. One-on-one, me and you get to know who you are. Give you me over chips and Corona lime. And a little live music, cause that's what you're into. My bass line could combine with the rhythm in your spine. We can make instrumentals, yeah. Horizontal like guitar strings. The vibration make the heart sing. All I need is for you to make time, pencil me in, and maybe we can start things. I like you, you like me, a good thing. This might be, I treat you so special. I like to undress you, oh. The way you look at me can say, oh. All night I make you say, oh. This could be the start of something. Start of something good. You got a baby father, you hoping that karma hits. You call me but the drummer's making you call it quits. And when I call, it's usually the voicemail. Last time I got a response, the voice was smell. I hung up. I guess the clock fell, the timing was off. The stress got you locked in your divine in the sauce. As your X-Man made your belly expand. Now he's giving you the center finger of his text hand. And me as the next man, all I do is listen. Coming off the bench, yeah, I'm playing my position so focused. Give me the shot and I'll stroke this. Good form, show you that a man's more than penis and good porn. Show you that you're more than a conquest. No con, no jest, no contest. You the crown jewel in my 24 karat headpiece. And yo, to find better, I'm hard pressed. Hey, I like you, you like me, a good thing. This might be, I treat you so special. I like to undress you, oh. The way you look at me can say, oh. All night I make you say, oh. This could be the start of something. Start of something good. You got your firewall up, trying to keep your network secure. Your neck hurts to sore, cause when you stick it out, it get chopped off. You trying to be vulnerable and they want to get rocks off. See, they all about a donut middle, and their goal is to blow nuts, but your butt's fickle. So they lie about they slow run. Cash flow slowed up. Apparently they balls and they bank need to grow up. you while they swag, it's Toys R Us. Me, I'm E-class status, them boys are bust. Bound, nothing to offer but a Mickey D's coupon. I'm serving up a 7-course meal, Susan. I'm upper echelon, gray poop on. They fringes on a bench at UConn. And I'm a starter, baby, top draft pick, and you'll be an out of my league, that's elastic. I like you, you like me, a good thing, this might be. I treat you so special. I like to, I got you, oh. The way you look at me, you say, oh. All night, I make you say, oh. This could be the start of something. I like you, you like me, a good thing. This might be, I treat you so special. I like to, I got you, oh. The way you look at me, you say, oh. All night I make you say, oh. This could be the start of something. Start of something good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Edson Sean of the Experience, for giving us your musical pursuits. And pick up Edson Sean's album, In the Pursuit of Magic, which can be found wherever you buy or stream music. You can also keep up with Edson Sean on Instagram at Edson Sean. I'm Kenyatta Beasley, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself tonight. Be sure to stop by our Brick House studio every Thursday to hear more of the best music that Brooklyn has to offer. You can also check out tonight's installments and past episodes anytime at youtube.com/BRIC TV, or check out our Brick Radio podcast of this episode wherever you listen to podcasts. Okay, Edson Sean, please take us out, for real, with one more song right after this.
Brooklyn in the house, make some noise. Rastafari. I'm from Brownsville. Brownsville. I'm from East New York. I'm from Flatbush. Say what? Say I'm B-K-O-K. I'm from the county where the Kings don't play. Heads crack for paying PJ hallways. No matter where we in a house all day, we're Brooklyn at, so we don't play no games. We talk after, cause axe is faster, and bounce to the grip and roll much faster. Blow it out, breathe it in, check that spinach with a Heineken. Come on. Been around the world and I ain't never seen a place like BKNYY. We get it in on the regular, so non-sector to the Brooklyn way's true religion. The Brooklyn way to rock them true religions past the waistline. Close fit, shot to precision. Hustlers without a pot to piss and grind hard, keep your mind on your mission. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Fort Greene. Fort Greene. From Canarsie too. I'm from Crown Heights. Say what? Say I'm B-A-O-K. I'm from the borough where the Dodgers play, and now then you got a Dodgers string. Labor Day at the Parkway, Brooklyn. barbecue jamming while my uncle's playing 45s. Moved to 54 for Snyder, that's called the upper side. Back and forth to block parties on Prospect. You split a 7, develop your own logic. Real Gemini, play both sides of the buck, humble but ain't give a what. Still in my brothers construct, pick up my sword. Pen every dream in my head to make it true. I echoed every word with intent as I escape through the rhythmic changes. The range of arrangements, vocab was amazing. Honed it, mixed with all the troubles of the world surrounded. With Western and Yerusi had your ears dumbfounded. I did it better than most. See, I'm a grind up on the out. Don't bring it to the house, that's Brooke. Say what? I'm from Boston. I'm from Bushwick too. Starry City. Starry City's in the house too. Say what? I'm from Greenville. Coney Island too. I chill downtown. Say I'm every K. Get 'em. Every all day. Every B, every BK. Every all different all. It's Brooklyn in the house. Without a doubt. It's Brooklyn in the house. Without a doubt. 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 It's Brooklyn in the house.